Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. This is your match preview for Chelsea versus Everton at the Bridge, taking place tomorrow. It's a late one, it's 7:45 kickoff, so make sure you guys know the deal. There will be a watch along for that game on here, so make sure you are subscribed and you are tuned in when it happens live. Now, before we get into the nitty gritty, Chelsea-Everton, on paper, this looks like an easy game, doesn't it? Well, there's a couple of things we got to discuss before we get into that direction. Anyway, before we do, I want to let you know this video is brought to you and sponsored by the OneFootball app. Make sure you download the OneFootball app. As I've said, for all of your footballing needs, it's my go-to. Anything that you need to know in regards to football, you will find there. It's my go-to when it comes to analysis, to any headlines, all the news, statistics, results, all sorts. You will find it there. So make sure you hit the link in the description, download the OneFootball app, and enjoy. Secondly, second channel is popping. You guys seem to love it. I'm glad you all love it. Make sure you check out the second, or well, technically the third upload on that channel from my Twitch stream that I done yesterday, where we played a bit of FIFA. Make sure you're following me on Twitch as well, Younes Talks, and my new channel, Younes Talks as well. So, there's a brand new FIFA Chelsea career mode that is launching episode 1 later today, or it should be up by now anyway, so make sure you check it out. I'll leave a link right here for you guys. Enjoy. Let's get into this. Chelsea versus Everton. You know what's crazy? If we look at Everton, they're a mess. Everton are a mess, an absolute mess. There's rumours that Rafa could be getting sacked. There was a rumour yesterday that if they bottle this game against Chelsea, his job is literally on the line. It's on the brink, and he could be sacked. They could pull the trigger. They had a meeting with him, I think, yesterday or day before yesterday at the Liver buildings, or the Liver buildings, or however you pronounce it. I think it's the Liver buildings, but it's a building that's pretty much, I think, at the Everton training ground, or it's aligned with Everton. And they had a meeting there, and what came out of that is apparently Rafa's job is on the line. So they can't really afford to lose tomorrow. They're going to have to be a little bit brave, but their form has been atrocious. In the last 10 games that Everton have played, right, 10 games, they've picked up how many points? That's out of 30 possible points, they've picked up 5. They've drawn twice, and they've beaten Arsenal. The original Charity FC. If we're talking about Charity FC, Arsenal are the OGs when it comes to Charity FC. They are the ones who started this. But there's a big but that I have to implement here. When it comes to Chelsea, Chelsea are the modern day updated Charity FC. We are Charity FC with a HQ. We are Charity FC with an IT department. We are Charity FC with a cafeteria for all the workers to go to lunch and grab a little bite or a coffee or a tea during the day when they're on shift. We are Charity FC with an institution to do with giving to charity now, unlike Arsenal, who are just, voluntarily just that small little business that still, just gives out results where they can. With Chelsea, we've done it established, so we can't really afford to turn into Charity FC tomorrow. Now, the good news, right, because this is very possible. It's a very Chelsea thing to happen. If, by when the game comes tomorrow, that, Everton are in the mud, Rafa's job's on the line, okay, Everton will win 1-0. Like, it's a very Chelsea thing. It could happen, right? What I'm saying is we can't let that happen. And the good news to do with Chelsea Football Club is that I think, as Thomas Tuchel has clarified earlier on today in the press conference, I think we've seen the worst of our injury crisis. I think it's done. I think it's starting to mend itself now. Kante and Chalobah will both be in the squad for tomorrow. Yes, Kovacic is on the brink of returning. He should be available on the weekend, so he's about to make a comeback. Jorginho looks alright. Alonso looks alright. Everyone looks alright. As I told you guys yesterday in the video that I done about Aubameyang and Ben Chilwell, Chilwell is back to training on grass, so that's a very good sign. He could be back in the next 3 to 4 weeks. It's looking like everyone's making their return. And now that everyone's making their return, I fully expect results to start creeping back into our favour. I think we've seen the worst. And you want to know what the positive thing to take from all of this is? Is that in our worst moment this season, we still find ourselves only 2 points behind top. 2. Man City are meant to be flying. Liverpool meant to be flying and whatnot, yeah? Well, we're 2 points, but now technically it's 5 because Leeds got absolutely peppered yesterday. Man City pulled off a clinic on them. Not even a clinic, an assault. They raided them killed every single one of their people, team, whatever you want to call it, took all their belongings and laughed in their faces. I mean, that is what Man City done yesterday. 7-0, outrageous. So, yeah, 5 points. We've got to close that gap back down to 2. But the fact that we're still in the mix and we've had all these issues, if we can, tighten our midfield, start to really get back to the way that we normally play, we are still in a shout for this title race, but we've got to start picking up some consistency. What we saw against Leeds, when we played Leeds, wasn't good enough. The fact that we drew, well, it felt like a draw. We won 3-2 because of the last-minute penalty. But the fact that we at home, 3-2 against Leeds, Man City at home, 7-0 against Leeds, that tells you what you need to know. So we need to up it. We need to improve, and we need to improve quick. And this is a good chance against an Everton team that is struggling. Now, in terms of the starting 11, how does Thomas Tuchel line things up considering some of the players are back? Well, let's get into it. This is how I think Thomas Tuchel should start starting 11. We go to a goalkeeper, and I think it's only right, Edouard Mendy. There's a whole thing about the AFCON now in relation to the fact it might get postponed again. I mean, as an Algerian myself, I'm half Algerian, half English, as many of you know, so I can rep both sides of the coin. It's cool. But the fact that we are African champions, and we could be African champions for 3 years in a row because we just haven't defended, I think that's hilarious. So anyway, we'll see what... I want to play it, though. I want us to play the damn thing. Bring back the Africa Cup of Nations, please. Anyway, it's going to be on Sky Sports if it does go ahead, so we'll see what happens. But Mendy in goal, and hopefully no blunders from him. The back three, I think, despite the defensive blunders, I mean, it's got to remain the same, really, hasn't it? It's got to remain the same. If we're looking at Azpilicueta, Thiago Silva, Antonio Rudiger, I just don't see what else we do. Christensen, we could, but if Silva's there, Silva starts in the middle, and Azpi helps to provide us with that little bit of assurance at right centre-back. So, the problem with this Chelsea team defensively right now is the stability in midfield. I think we can all agree on that one. The fact that the defence get exposed because the midfield isn't doing what they should be doing, isn't as solid and as dynamic as they should be. And, it's going to be a little bit of a worry considering who we start in midfield, and I'm going to get to that in a sec. But the wing-backs as well, it's got to be the same. It's got to be Marcos Alonso, Reece James. We haven't got anyone else. Saul's definitely not going to play there. Alonso's got to play there. Let's hope he has a good game. Reece James is going to have a little bit of a hard time, Luka Dean and whatnot. That's going to be a little bit tasty, but Reece James should pull through. I have full faith that on that right-hand side, we are going to do bits there. So hopefully he has a good game. In midfield, I think it's pretty clear. We've got to go with Jorginho and we've got to go with Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Again, there's no one else. Kante will be starting on the bench. Thomas Tuchel's already clarified this. Tuchel starts on the bench. Not Tuchel. Kante starts on the bench. Tuchel's clarified. Kante starts on the bench. So Loftus-Cheek and Jorginho are the ones that we need to start with tomorrow. Kante, I suspect, will come off the bench for some minutes. Hopefully we've got the game wrapped up by then. But even if we don't, Kante could be that guy to change the whole dynamic. So fingers crossed we aren't losing. That's just the main thing. But that's how I think we'll start the midfield. Now, I would make a change in terms of the front three. I would change the setup. Everton are in a mess. If you put them under enough pressure, you should be able to score goals. Defensively, they leak. I don't know how Arsenal didn't really capitalise, what everyone else did. I mean, flipping out Conor Gallagher, he proved everything that we need to do tomorrow. He proved when Crystal Palace played Everton the last game, he absolutely decimated them. Pretty much single-handedly. They won 3-1, comfortable, and that was at Selhurst Park. There's no excuse and there's no reason why we shouldn't be doing the same. In fact, we shouldn't even be conceding. That's just the reality. But Everton are going to come with the mentality of, we pretty much got nothing to lose. We're down in the gutter, unless if they've got really bad things happening behind the scenes and their squad is completely unstable, then Rafa Benitez is going to have a hard time on his return back at the bridge, especially when he's got both set of fans singing Fat Spanish Waiter, because that is what Everton fans are singing to him now. So yeah, he's not going to last very long. I'm just saying that now. But the front three, I think we need to go ultra attacking. And to go ultra attacking, I would go Mason Mount just in behind the two strikers of Lukaku and Werner. I'd give it a try for tomorrow. I think there's a lot of space to exploit in that back line. I think they're shaky. They're vulnerable. Go all out. Go all out. I would love to see Reece James and Alonso go all out attacking. I think Mason Mount in that role is going to help compensate for the lack of balance in midfield, because we have Loftus-Cheek and Jorginho in a two. What happens is sometimes oppositions come with more numbers in midfield and they try to dominate the game in the middle. That ends up getting alleys through for the opposition to get in between, get to our last line of defence, put them under pressure, and then, chances are going to happen. If we can just add another body. Mason Mount in that role, I reckon, would be beneficial for him to be able to track back a little bit and assist Loftus-Cheek and Jorginho, turn it into a 3, pack the numbers. We should be able to dominate in midfield that way, as well as Reece James and Alonso bombing down the flanks, 2 strikers up top to compensate on each side. I think that should be enough for us to have complete control, dominance and goals. Hopefully goals. And it'd be a good, way to test out Werner and Lukaku both fit playing together up top, and let's see what happens. Hopefully they both get on the score sheet. But that would be how I reckon Thomas Tuchel needs to go with it tomorrow. That's the approach I would take. Take the sword to Everton and try and kill them early. I want to see 3-0 at 45 minutes. Okay, we've got to be realistic. Probably won't see 3-0 at 45 minutes. But they're in a mess, and there's no reason why we don't destroy them tomorrow. So that would be my starting 11. And in regards to a score prediction, I'm going to be sensible here. I'm not going to, turn around and say, oh, we're going to destroy them. Like, we should, but this is, charity FC, as I've mentioned already. I'm going to go Chelsea. I'll go 2. Chelsea 2, Everton 0. They won't score. We'll get 2 goals. We'll take it easy. Get a nice win. 3 points. Send Everton packing. Send Rafa packing. See you later. And probably to his P45 because he's probably going to get sacked if he loses tomorrow. So we'll wait and see what happens. But that is my preview for Chelsea versus Everton. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed it. As I've already mentioned, don't forget to check out my second channel, Younes Talks. Link in the description. Link right here as well for that FIFA Chelsea career mode video that I've done, episode 1. As well as my Twitch. Follow me on Twitch, Younes Talks. There will be regular streams there. I will be live tomorrow, I reckon. So make sure your eyes are peeled for that one. So hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash like button if you've enjoyed this. And I will see all of you tomorrow for the watch along. Have a good one. See you then. Take care. And peace.